Hey guys, a new blog post was put out this morning for Vigor on Xbox One, so I thought I'd go over it here for you, tell you all that's included. It starts off by saying, "Hey Outlanders, more than 75,000 of you proved their vigor and came to the lands of post-war Norway during the closed preview. Thanks to your unceasing activity on our social networks and streams, we received a lot of positive and valuable feedback for the upcoming game preview that starts right now, and it will run until the free-to-play release in February of 2019. For these reasons, we decided to write down all the necessary info about the game preview, the Founders Pack, and answer the most asked questions about Vigor and its upcoming tweaks and features. So first they want to go over what is Game Preview and how does it work. Xbox Game Preview is precisely what the name suggests, a special duration that allows players to take a look at the game in development. From the developer's point of view, it's the first opportunity to let all players enjoy their creation while also gathering valuable feedback. Even from the closed preview with its limited number of players, we were able to collect a lot of great feedback for Vigor. With the game preview, Vigor is going to be even more accessible. Just download the game from the store and play it. The trial period, which will grant access to the current game for free, will last for a hefty 2 hours, which the trial period is usually only 1 hour. Additionally, players can opt to purchase the Founders Pack, which will be $20. While Game Preview provides an excellent opportunity to try Vigor, keep in mind that it's still in development. Many parts of the game are unfinished, and a lot is subject to change over the coming months. If you want your first experience to be the full experience, you may want to consider waiting until February 2019. At that time, Vigor will be in a more robust state and will also be free to play for everyone. On the other hand, if you want to be a crucial part of the game's development and witness its progression firsthand, Xbox Game Preview is definitely for you. We plan to have major game updates bringing new functionality as well as a bunch of smaller updates to fix possible issues during the game preview period. Next, they go over what all is included in the Founders Pack. Xbox Game Preview is a unique opportunity for Vigor, and therefore we want to make the Founders Pack a unique opportunity for you. The Founders Pack will only be available to purchase during the Xbox Game Preview, and will provide several things exclusive to those who own it. Foremost, owners will gain unlimited access to the game during the Xbox Game Preview period, whereas others will only have the initial 2 hours trial before having to wait until release in 2019. Additionally, pack owners will receive some exclusive cosmetic items, a particular Outlander outfit, including the iconic Vigor shirt, a trucker cap, and a dusting hand gesture. It's worth noting that these items will not be available in any form after the game's release, therefore clearly identifying actual founders, should they choose to wear the items in-game, that is. And if that wasn't enough, we've also included a bonus of 1,400 crowns. This is our premium in-game currency, which is worth more than double the price of the Founders Pack, and will be available to use once monetization is added at a later date. So they include a picture here in the blog post, and it shows the outfit. You can see the hat and the shirt that's included. And they show the 1,400 crowns, which is actually a $40 value. So you buy the game for $20, you get a $40 in-game currency value. So that's really neat because I'm not really one to buy a lot of microtransactions. I don't know if I ever actually have bought a microtransaction in my life. But with this $40 extra that are free to spend basically after I buy the Founders Pack, I'll be sure to use it to try and buy some other cosmetics or gestures or whatever I want. But we'll just have to see. That's probably down the line somewhere. But at least we have those $40 to kind of spend without having to worry about it. And we get to play the game until February, so this is good news for me. Next, I want to go over some community feedback. We'd also like to use this blog to highlight some of the feedback we received during the closed preview and to provide a response to the issues raised. Please keep in mind, however, that game development is a complicated process and some solutions may take longer than expected, and some may not even be feasible. One of the most discussed topics is weapon balancing and gunplay in general. We know about several issues in this area and we're already working on improvements, but it will take some time to get it just right. We're currently making the bullet spread of weapons more controllable by the players to prioritize skill over randomness. Related to that, we're looking at the stopping power of weapons with the idea that hitting someone should have tangible consequences for the player who's hit. Also, we will make it easier for bullets to hit the targets by improving the aiming system. Finally, we have animation and systematic fixes in progress to enhance melee combat. Speaking of killing, while that is not meant to be the primary focus of Vigor, if you don't survive the encounter, we are planning on showing your killer during the post-match rewards screen. This way, you'll always know who took you down and what they were wearing and what gear they had. And regarding cosmetics, even though all character customizations are currently available, players will need to earn them later on down the line before being able to show them off. The same goes for weapon customizations. We have various weapon skins prepared for players to choose from, but they'll have to get them first. However, we currently have no plans for any other weapon customization. All the scopes and optics are going to be built into weapons once they become available. There are many issues with modular weapons, and we would instead focus on other ways to improve vigor. So basically what they're saying is you're not going to find scopes or be able to craft scopes and place them on weapons that you like. You're going to have to find weapons that actually have scopes built on them already, and then you'll be able to use those in the game, deconstruct them. It's going to be like its own separate entity. So if you find an AK with a scope, that's going to be different than your regular AK, and you're going to have to deconstruct it a certain amount of times in order to be able to craft it, things like that. You're not going to be able to just place scopes on whatever gun you want, as they'd rather focus on getting the game right than having all these different attachments and different options. The guns will just come pre-built with those attachments on them, and therefore will be way more powerful and way more useful than the ones without. They go on to say even the encounters themselves should get some more love once we have the core stable. We would like to add more possibilities of what to do when the airdrop is not your current focus. And as all fun is to be shared, we are working on co-op modes for smaller groups to play together. So that sounds like duos to me, but we'll just have to wait and see. This ultimately leads to a question of teaming, and you can find an excellent thread on Reddit about that. While we do see teaming as a way Vigor was not meant to be played, it actually provides some benefits for our research. We think that emergent teaming may be an exciting development to the game, once, for example, gestures are implemented. What they're saying is, if you find some random person in the environment and you want to team with them, that seems okay to them, which I agree that's better. It's still not great to team in a solo mode, but if that's the way that the game's meant to be played, then that's the way it's meant to be played. But they go on to say, as for organized teaming, we have several solutions in progress, but it still requires some time to be done correctly. Ideally, having group gameplay to fill the void will get rid of the organized teaming in the solo mode. Ultimately, we would like to allow players to get together in their shelter to share progress and customizations. So that's a question that a lot of you guys have had for me. Can I invite players back to my shelter to show off my things, to help out? So that does look like it's in the plans. It's just not in the game just yet. The game has a long way to go, so I wouldn't be too worried that it's not quite there yet. I'm going to go over a couple images also that they share. The top 3 killing weapons were the Swami KP31 with 51.5%, and that makes a lot of sense because everyone was given that by default, and everyone's able to craft that by default, so I know that was my number 1 killing weapon, at least. So the second one was the Silver Pigeon, the shotgun, and the third one was the knife, which I'll attempt to pronounce, the Falkniven A1. That's the best I'm going to get for that one, but 6.1%. Silver Pigeon had 11.6%. They also go over the Twitter competition, so I'm going to go ahead and link this in the description, so if you want to check that out, maybe you were one of the winners, and if you were one of the winners, you get a Founders Pack for free, so definitely check it out. I'm not going to go over it here, but some good submissions were selected, and those submissions will get a free Founders Pack. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is this a cool amount of stuff for the game preview? Is this a good amount of stuff for buying the Founders Pack? I definitely think so. I think it's pretty cool that they give us some exclusive items, as well as those 1,400 crowns. That was a bit of a surprise for me, which is great for me because, like I said, I don't usually buy microtransactions, so having 40 bucks to spend on something that I would normally not purchase is just good. I'm helping the game by giving it $20 now, and they're helping me out by giving me $40 that I can use down the line in-game. So they're not really losing money in my case because I'm not sure if I would buy it in the first place. It would have to be something very special for me to actually pull the trigger and spend money for the microtransactions, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what all's in store. We'll have to see what cosmetic items that they can dream up for us and provide for us that we can actually spend our real world money on. I definitely like the news about the teaming aspect. Hopefully they get that co-op mode added as soon as possible just so we can get that out of the way, because I know a lot of players have had a lot of issues with the teaming portion of the game, and I think that, personally for me, if I'm playing a solo mode that's meant to be played solo, there can be random teaming in the actual match where if you run into a player and you don't want to fight and you guys kind of both go your separate ways, and that's perfectly fine in my eyes, but if you guys queue up at the same time just for the sole purpose of trying to get in a match and take advantage of other players, we have this in PUBG sometimes also, and it's really annoying and it gets frustrating for players, and I think it'll actually cause players to actually leave the game. So this is definitely a big issue that they want to pay attention to. They want to make sure they try and fix this as soon as possible, because unfortunately some people just make it their goal in life to ruin experiences for others, and that can really drive away a player base. So we'll hope that this gets fixed soon so we don't have to worry about teaming very much longer. Also, what they said about the aiming and the weapons and everything, I think that's great. They're really looking into it. They're taking our feedback seriously. So if you guys have any feedback, definitely reach out to them. They always seem to take our feedback seriously. And like they said, as founders, we're kind of helping mold the game into something special so that when it goes free to play live in February, it'll be a much more solid and complete project. Hopefully within the next 24 hours, everybody's able to purchase and download it if they want to, or at least use that 2-hour trial to try the game out once again. But yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date on everything Vigor for Xbox One. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you later.